Hi, friends. Welcome to Righteous Life. And this is a new podcast series entitled Get Real in Under 10. Each podcast is 10 minutes or less, designed to give you some small incremental steps to improve your journey to a more positive and happier life. And this first podcast today is about removing the ugly. It's about trying to take a different approach and or remove toxic relationships from your life. And everybody's probably experienced this, but I had a friend in my life for many years who was a type A personality, and I'm a passive person. And she was the type of person that you could not say no to. She invited you to an event, movie, book club, and you say, "I'm sorry, I already made plans." Well, that was not acceptable. Her head would spin and fire would come out of her mouth. And I would actually lay awake at night figuring out how I was going to tell her decline an invitation because I was petrified of her reaction. Well, I soon learned on the healing journey that that's not acceptable. I had to make a change. So in this case, the only way I knew to handle it was to be honest. To a point, I'd say I was a little bit of a coward because I did it through text message. But I did simply tell her that she is a grand person, but she caused me a great deal of stress, and I'm on a healing journey right now after going through a divorce, and I just can't have this in my life, and I need to lay low for a little while. And just left it at that. And it wasn't easy, but it was much easier than I anticipated, and the relief I got from that was amazing. And then not to have that pressure in my life anymore was so completely healing, I can't even begin to express to you. Well, that was a little more drastic situation because of that type A personality. That's a situation where I actually had to remove that person from my circle of friends for me to continue healing. It was just very toxic. So sometimes those are measures you have to take, but there are other more simplistic ways to handle some relationships when it comes to coworkers and family. So how about Monday morning when you go to work? Do you have some coworker that habitually confronts you about a negative weekend? My dishwasher broke, my husband kicked the cat, or whatever the case may be. But what you'll find is these people are looking for validation. They relieve their stress by using you as a sounding board. It becomes a habit every morning. They cannot initiate their workday until they get this out of their system. And of course, it's very negative for you and brings you down. So I tried a little experiment at work, and what I done with this one person is I didn't give any validation. I started providing a positive suggestion on perhaps how to handle this situation, or next time how to take a different approach on it. And I'll tell you, that startled that person. They didn't really know how to deal with that because, hey, I'm looking for validation. You need to feel sorry for me. You're not doing that. Well, what you'll find is they won't come to you that often. That will gradually start to decrease. But you will walk away and say, man, I gave them great advice. I feel great about it. It's off my brain. I'm on to my work day. And if you just do that, even a few times a week, you'll find it becomes a habit. And that situation will improve dramatically. It has for me. Now, as far as family, kind of similar. I would give my sister some positive ideas on how to handle a situation before she just reacted. And I started finding that it became quite therapeutic for both of us because she would give me the feedback from it. And I was listening. It meant a lot to her that I was listening and taking it all in and trying to help her, give her the feedback. And even if it didn't work out the way she wanted in the end, she still give me that feedback. And it gave her sort of tools to manage her way through various situations that she thought were completely overwhelming. So it was a win-win. And now sometimes she'll call me before a situation gets out of hand and just ask for advice. And I'm quite honored by that, honestly. And so it's been a really positive journey for me trying to implement this. We both learned from it. And so I suggest first thing you do, like Monday morning, you go to work and that coworker's there greeting you at the door, wanting to dump all the negativity on you. Just start taking that in a new direction. Offer some positive comments, and you will see if you've been validating that behavior, you will see it will totally derail them. Totally. And I'd like to hear your feedback on that. So, like I say, just each day, even if you do it a few times a week, but it can easily become a habit because these are small incremental steps that you take. And if you just practice these rituals, they will become habit forming, and you will see how quickly your life will improve, be happier, and you will be on your way to living a much more positive life. Okay, friends, thanks for tuning in, and look forward to seeing you at the next podcast.